Hello, I'm Michael Smull, and I have the privilege and the challenge of talking to you about Teresa. It's a privilege because I don't know many people whose passions and values are so aligned as Teresa's were. Teresa was passionate about her family, passionate about the work that we shared, passionate about making changes in the lives of people with disabilities, and her values all lined up with that. She also had an exuberance, a delightful way of conducting herself that just made being with her something that I would routinely look forward to. Whether it was her joy and pleasure when I took her out on a boat here out of Annapolis, or just working with her, talking through issues and challenges in Oregon in our long car rides. And my memories of Teresa are all tangled up with my memories of Oregon, my memories of OTAC, and the way that OTAC and Teresa really came together to help develop the person-centered thinking tools. When you look at those tools, when you attend that training, you should be thinking about Teresa and some of the other folks who contributed, who are also at OTAC. When you look at the work in developing person-centered organizations, you should be thinking about how that was begun and piloted, tested, and developed in Oregon. And I can remember a number of car rides with Teresa where we would be talking about the challenges that we had because an organization was stuck, or a person in the organization was stuck. And we were looking not at how do we give them responsibility for their behavior, but how do we help them be unstuck? How do we help them keep moving? Teresa was one of those people who wasn't interested in blame. She was interested in results. And she was someone who was also very tolerant of my eccentric behavior, the things that I would do that make many people slightly nuts, like I see everything as draft, nothing is ever finished. And Teresa would just roll with it. She would just say, okay. And she would also set appropriate boundaries, like, you know, I really need that PowerPoint by this date. Speaking as the chair of the learning community for person-centered practices, Teresa was the energy and much of the guiding force behind the Portland Gathering. Many of the people who attend the Portland Gathering, but everybody at OTAC, knows how much work goes into having something that looks good, it looks seamless, it feels easy, but hours and hours and hours of work just devoted to doing that. And the success, amazing. Person after person tells me that when they went to the Portland Gathering for the first time, they were nervous, they were concerned, they were wondering if they would make any friends. And they left with friends, with memories, and they left every one of them with memories of Teresa, memories of how she made them feel welcome, memories of how she was always willing to help them out when they were struggling with a piece of logistics or a piece of travel, trying to figure something. There are people who you think will always be there, people who just seem so much a part of what's happening, what's going on, that you just can't imagine it without them. And that's how I think about Teresa. I just can't imagine it without her. But we have to. And we have to see what she has accomplished as a legacy. that we can carry on. And I know we can, but I know for me, and I think for you, it will be difficult. So thank you for this opportunity. I do appreciate it.